Okay, so we'll start with our 7-minute warm-up. And first one is the knees up. So start with your knees up. And bring your arms up as well. So we'll do 30 seconds of each thing. That's it, getting your body warmed up. Good, and switch to squat touch, so touching the ground and coming up. Keep your chest up and stick your bottom out. That's it. Five more seconds, then we're going to come onto the ground and laying on your back, we're going to do flutter kicks. Hands underneath your buttocks, legs out straight, and lifting your feet up. So the higher you are, the easier it is, the lower, the harder. But make sure your back is pushed into the ground, so you're pushing your lower back in to the ground. If you put your legs low and the back pops up, just take them up again. 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming up to standing. And we're going to do elbow to knee. That's it, good. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to go knees up again. That's nice, but keep going. Deep breathing, 10 more seconds on this one. Then we'll go back to squat touch. Right, yeah, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touch ground, reach up. Keep your chest up, stick your bottom out. This one gets the heart rate up. Deep breathing. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Coming down to the ground, flutter kicks. So back nice and flat on the ground. Legs up, hands underneath your buttocks. Deep breathing. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. Elbow to knee. That's it. So don't have to touch, just go in the general direction. That's it. Deep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squat touch again. Starting to get warmed up now. Heart rate should be up a bit. That's it, bending your knees. Radio, next one is back to flutter kicks. So nice flat back again. Deep breathing. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back up to standing. Elbow to knee. Got 2 minutes to go. Some nice fast get ups there, girls. I think we lost Elsa though. Eight more seconds. Work. Okay, squat touch. Okay, so bend your knees as you squat down, Elsa. That's it. That's it. Good work. Here we go. 15 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down to the ground for flutter kicks. Deep breathing, nice flat back on the ground. Ten more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up, elbow to knee. This is our last 30 seconds. Just finish it off. Ten seconds to go. Good work, everyone. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Okay, take a few quick deep breaths and grab yourself a drink if you want one. So my heart rate got up to 133 there. Pretty high. Okay. If you've got your weights, we're going to start off with bicep curls. Get our clock going. Rightio, so we're going to do 1 minute of each exercise and we'll do a 20-second break so it gives you time to move through each thing. Alrighty, let's get started. Let's start with biceps. So soft knees and core. Sit nice and control. That's it. And deep breathing. That's it, nice and strong. That's it. And keeping the chest up nice and tall, not moving your body much, just all in the arms. That's it. 15 seconds to go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Okay, next one is a deadlift. So keep the weights in your hands. And I want you to find something at shoulder level to fix your eyes on as we bring our feet to about hip width apart. And we're sliding the weights down our legs, bending at the hip, keeping the back flat. Use the glutes and the hips to power it up. You notice the knees don't bend very much. They're soft but not bent. That way you get a better stretch up the back of your hamstrings. This one's working hamstrings and glutes mainly. We've got 30 seconds to go. So keep it nice and quiet with your breath. Breathing in as you come down, breathing out as you explode up. Nice and flat. 8 seconds to go. Like that. Okay, pop your weights down and come down to the mat. The next one is a ab exercise. So we'll go onto our back and we're going to do elbow to knee. So doing it in a lying down position. So you can actually have your feet off the ground or you can have one foot on the ground the whole time. It's up to you. The off the ground option is a little harder. And make sure you have your fingertips just behind your head and you're not pulling on your neck. Deep breathing. Should be feeling it in your abs now, but your back's fully supported. So it's quite a good exercise if you've got any issues in your lower back. Got 12 seconds to go. Good work. And hug your knees up to your chest. Roll your knees in a little circle, releasing any tension in your lower back. And then come back up to standing. Next one, we need one weight. We're going to do single arm press. Okay, so soft knees, core arm, straight up. Elbows slightly back so you can feel your scapula engage. That's it. And only bring your elbow down to shoulder. That's it, Elsa, better. Good, Penny. Good, Julianne and Julia. Can't see Marianne's. One more and then swap arms. Okay, other side. Good work. 15 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Okay, come down to the mat. We're doing lateral leg raises next. So laying on your side. You can fold your mat over a little bit, give you a bit more padding on your elbow. So nice, straight, long legs through the body, hips forward, foot flexed. Put one weight on the top there. That's it. Squeeze the butt and lift the leg. So you should be able to feel this one in your quads, your hamstrings, glutes mainly, and you're also working the lower core stability, keeping that hip area nice and still. And deep breathing. Twenty seconds to go. Keep squeezing the buttocks, keep flexing the foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap sides. And so onto the elbow on the other side. Fold the mat over if you want a bit more padding. Nice, long, straight body. Hip forward, foot flex. Elbow underneath the shoulder. And off we go. 30 seconds to go. Keep it strong, finish it up. Squeeze the buttocks. If it gets too hard, put the weight off or have a rest. Ten seconds to go. That's it. Good work, everyone. Keep it on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then come up to sitting with your knees bent and heels on the ground. And we're going to do twists from side to side. So grab one weight. 5 more seconds rest, and we're going to twist from side to side. So you can go the hard model that Gilda's doing, very good, with your feet up, or you can have your heels on the ground, your choice. Seconds to go. Fifteen seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's good. Let's have a little pause. Grab yourself a drink. They can't have to stand there. Bring one weight with you. Okay, so next one's a squat press. So hold the weight up to your chest. Put your thumbs on your collarbone. We're going to squat down and press it up. As you squat down, keep your chest up, elbows forward. Stick your bottom out like you're going to sit down. That's it. Breathing in as you come down, breathing out as you press it up. Twelve seconds to go. Good. Okay, grab your other weight. So you've got 2 weights, and we're going to do calf raises next. So feet about hip width apart. That's it, and lifting your heels up. Pause at the top, and then slowly down. That's it. So this one's working muscles in your legs, so hammies, calves, all the muscles under your feet. This stabilizes in your ankles, stabilizes in your knees. Good for balance, do this one. 30 seconds to go. What if you have neuropathy as well? That's a deep breathing. 20 seconds to go. Starting to feel it burn now. 10 seconds to go. Finish it off. Good job. Okay. Weights down. We're coming down to the mat again for abs. This time we're going to do a side plank. So coming down onto your side. If you want to do a half plank, have the bottom leg bent, top leg straight, hips forward, squeeze the buttock, and you're going to lift up your hips and then lift up your arm. That's it. If you want to do a full one, you can have both legs straight. It's your choice. So keep breathing. This one's working your ab muscles, your obliques, the ones that go down the sides of your abs. And you should be feeling it in the one closest to the floor. We'll hold it for 10 more seconds. Then we're going to swap sides. Okay, swap it over.
Stopping session.
Other side. So the hands straight up in the air and bring it towards your back a little bit, opening up the chest. So keep your breath, deep breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down.
Stopping session.
And if you have a stretchy band, grab that now. So if you've got something that you can put it around, like a pole or a tree in your backyard, put it around there and have one foot back, chest up nice and tall, and squeeze it back. That's the best way to do it. If you don't have that in your room, then let's try something else. Pop your foot under, let me see. Pop your foot under, bend down a little bit, and squeeze it up that way. So either way is good. Make sure you've got enough pressure. Just hold it down a little bit so you're not holding it right on the ends. So I've got a bit of a loop on mine. That's it. Bend over it a little bit, Elsa. Just so you've got a bit of a bend down your hip. So like that. And bring your elbows up. That's it. Start the clock. So that was your warm up. Now we're starting. That's it. Keep going. Okay. So if you've got it around the tree or around a pole there, chest up nice and tall, your dominant foot back, and squeeze the shoulder blades together. And if you're doing the bent over one around your foot, same thing. So you're bending over at the hip, bring your elbows up and squeeze in between the shoulder blades. So this is like the cable row we do in the gym. We've got 20 seconds to go. So this one's really working on the shoulders. It's good that everyone could find something to use. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, got your stretchy band. Your shoulders a little shake. And the next one we're going to do is a YWTL. So you can, let's go on one foot this time. If you find that difficult, just put the other toe down and go up to Y. Squeeze our shoulders back and then elbows down. Squeeze it back, W, T, and elbows in, hands back. Okay, and again, Y, and then W, squeeze it back. And then T, and then L. That's it. Just change feet. So hands up, elbows back, squeeze it back. And then W, elbows down, squeeze your shoulders back. That's it. Good, keep going. Might want to change legs. This is probably going to be our last one. We've got 8 seconds to go. Good work. Okay, coming down to the mat, we're going to do bridge next. Laying on the back with your knees bent. Put both weights on your hips so you've got a bit of weight on them.
Stopping session.
And you're going to inhale, lift your hips up, squeeze the buttocks, bring your heels nice and close to your buttocks, and slowly lower it down. Inhale, we lift up the hips, squeeze the butt, push through the heels, chest up to chin, and then slowly lowering it down. And keep going. So this one's working buttocks, hamstrings, glutes, mainly, and also a little bit of opening up through the upper back. Fifteen seconds to go. Good. And come down, drop the weights off. Okay, then rolling onto your tummy, we're going to lift alternate arm and legs. So you can do this laying down, that way it's okay for Penny's knees, or you can go up to tabletop position if you want. So go hands and legs out in front and behind. We're going to lift alternate leg and arm. And down. So inhale as you lift up, squeeze it, lengthen through the hand and foot, and back down. Inhale as you lift, and exhale as you bring it down. Feeling it in your legs and buttocks and shoulders. Point the toe down towards the mat. Twenty seconds to go. Keep breathing. Give it all you got. Lengthen and lift. 10 seconds. Good. So if you're in tabletop, go into child's pose and stretch out your back. And if you're laying on your back, then you can flip onto your back and hug your knees up to your chest, rinse out the back. We have a little pause there, have a quick drink.
Pausing session.
So we've done one full set. What we'll do now is we'll do the same set again,
Stopping session.
but I'll make it 45 seconds and a bit less break. So we'll try and get through everything again. So we'll move through everything a bit faster. So everyone grab a quick drink. Everyone okay? So you can see me and hear me all right?
Jenny, quick question. That
Yeah.
exercise that you do, the twisting with your weight, do you
Yeah.
lean back or do you sit up straight?
You sit up, you try to have your chest up. So you're in this position, your chest up is as much as you can. If you lean back, it'll irritate your lower back. So keep your chest up as much as you can.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. Okay, so let's start from the top again. We'll start with bicep curls. Oh, okay, so come up to standing, grab your weights, soft knees. Let's go. It's getting very warm now. Even though we're just working hard. So each one now is 45 seconds. With a 15-second change over to the next one. We've got 15 seconds to go. Oh, we lost Elsa. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Okay, deadlift is next. So coming onto your side, you're going to bend from the hip, nice flat back. You've got 5 more seconds rest. Okay, that's good. So it's a nice flat back. Use your glutes and hips as you come up. Sliding the weights down your legs towards your shins and come up. So it's slow. Inhale as you go down and exhale as you come up. 5, Ten seconds to go. 3, 2, and good work. Okay, coming down to the mat onto your back for leg flutters. Okay, so hands on your buttocks, legs up in the air. Twenty seconds to go. Try and drop it down a little bit if you can. Just test out your back, but keep your back on the floor. Just out your abdomen. Deep breathing. 10 seconds to go. Good work. Hug your knees to your chest.
Press.
And roll your knees in a little circle. Then come up to standing with one weight for single arm press. Okay, let's go. Chest out. Elbow back a little bit. That's it. Good. Three, two, one, and swap arms. That's it, good. 10 seconds to go. Keep it nice and strong, elbow back, see your scapular engage. Good. Okay, down on the mat for lateral leg raises. So hip forward, foot flex, squeeze the butt. Elbow underneath your shoulder. Twenty seconds to go. That's it, good work everyone. Nice, and swap sides.
Press.
You fold your mat over if you want a bit more padding. Okay, let's go. Hip forward, foot flexed. Squeeze it up. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got the weight down.
Press.
And then coming up to sitting with your knees bent and your heels on the ground. We're going to do those twists. So bring the weight to your side, chest up nice and tall, and circle side to side. Deep breathing, working the abs. 8 seconds to go. Good work.
Rest.
Okay, let's come up to standing again. We're going to do our squat with an overhead press. Can I bring one weight with you? Right up to your shoulder blades. And then breathe in as you just bend down. Breathe out as you stretch it up. Elbows forward. That's it. Breathe in coming down, breathe out coming up. Nice and strong. Good work. Okay, drop that weight down now and grab your stretchy band again. So if you're going to put it in a tree or another post or something, that's good. If not, you can put it around your foot. A little bend at your hip. Reach down the rope a little bit so you feel like you've got enough tension. Bring your chest up and squeeze it. So your back is nice and tall. That's it. Squeezing behind your shoulder blades. Good. So really squeeze it back, shoulder, elbows close to the body. That's it. Good. Four, three, two, one. Nice work. Okay, let's use the last 5 minutes to do some nice stretches. So grab yourself a quick drink.
Pausing session.
Let's start from the top. Okay, so we'll roll our shoulders. And the other way. And big arms. Big deep breaths. And back the other way. Good. And then bring your left hand across your body, right hand underneath. Draw the left hand towards your chest and go over your left shoulder. Take a few breaths. Give that a good stretch through the left scapula. And take it to the other side. Good. And then clasp your hands and lift up. Push your palms up towards the ceiling. And give it a stretch from side to side. Nice and slow, nice deep breaths. And then let's move your head from side to side. We stretch out your neck a little bit. And then chin to chest, stretching the back of your neck. Looking up. And chin to chest. And up. Then bring your right hand over your head towards the left side. And drop your left shoulder down. And just draw that slightly across so you get a nice stretch down the side of your neck. And then go to the other side. And one more side. Good. Okay. Let's stretch our quads next. So if you have something you can hang on to it. Bring your foot up to your heel to your bottom, knees together. Stretching through the quads. And top sides. Just a quick question. How many of you got a roller that you can use like this sort of thing? Has everybody got one? Yeah, you've got one, Julianne. You've got one, Penny. Have you got one, Marianne? You haven't got one? Okay. Julia looks like she might have gone up to get hers. So we'll do a few more stretches and then at the end we'll do some roller. So Marianne won't be able to do it, but everyone else can. So next one, we're going to go down, take our feet wide, slide your hands down to the floor. So you're in a wide-legged forward bend, and then heel toe your feet out a little wider. Bring your crown of your head facing down towards the floor, stretching out the lower back and the back of your legs. And then walk your hands forward and bring your feet a bit closer together so you come into a downward dog. And then press your heels towards the mat so you get a nice stretch for your calves. Take a couple of breaths here. You can paddle your feet if you want. Just getting that nice stretch down the back of the legs. And then come down to the mat and come onto your back. Hug your knees up to your chest and roll them in a circle, massaging the longer spine after all that ab work you did. And then put your feet on the floor with your knees bent, hands straight out from your shoulders. Drop your knees to the right, look to the left. So you get a nice stretch down the left side of the body. You can use your right hand to draw the knee a little closer to the floor. That's it. And then inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. So you get a nice twist through your back and nice stretch down the right side of your body. Try to keep your shoulders on the ground. And then inhale back to center. Keep your right foot on the ground and bend the left leg up and draw that towards the body. So you're into a reverse pigeon. So we're stretching out our glutes and our ITBs. This one's for Gilda and Julianne. So hug that into your chest. The right foot comes up off the mat. And then swap your legs over, so left foot on the ground, cross the right foot across the front of the left thigh, and then hug that into your chest. And feel that stretch through the right glute and the right ITB. Good. Okay. And then let's come up to sitting. And if you've got your roller handy, you can put the roller along the mat in line with where your spine is, and lift your bottom up and sit on the end of it. Mine's a bit short, so I have to sort of shimmy up onto it. So lay your spine along it. Hopefully your head's on the roller, knees are bent, getting yourself nice and steady. Then inhale, open up your arms above your head to the floor behind you, and then exhale, swooping the arms back down to your side, and inhale, lift them up. So we're really opening up through the chest. So this helps to get the shoulders ready to stretch. So shoulders and neck. This might be good for you, Penny, for the neck. Let's go a couple more of those. And then roll off to the side and change the position of the roller. So the roller is across your back. Knees bent and feet on the ground. Then lift your hips up, bring your hands across your chest, and roll the roller from your shoulders down to the bottom of your ribs. It's going up and back. And you might find it clicks into place a little bit. And then place the roller behind your neck and roll your chest and neck from side to side, loosening the tension you might have in the back of your neck. Okay. How you going, Marianne? You all right? No good. Okay, and then the last but not least for the roller, come up and sit on it and roll slightly to the right side and put your right hand behind you and roll backwards and forwards. You should be able to feel your glute there. It's like, feels like a squash ball. Rolling that back and forwards. This will help to ease any tension you might have in your lower back. So you're sort of fairly upright. That's it. And then go to the other side. That's it. So you're up on your hand, Julianne. Yeah, come up a bit higher. So you're up on your hand, not your elbow. That's it. There, like that. Good. Give that a roll. And then I think we're just about done. Well done, everyone. That was awesome. Pretty hard session today. Yeah, good job. How did you all feel? How'd you go? Yeah.
That was good, thank you.
Yeah.
Very good, thank you. Yes.
I
Quite
definitely liked
perspiring.
it.
You're a bit hot. Is everyone a bit sweaty?